Oh, hello. Yeah, okay. Tick, 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 tock. Okay, Smart Choice textbook, page 38 at the top. What? Yeah, page 38 at the top. Yeah, page 38 at the top. Let me know when you have the page. Yeah, I'm waiting. Guy is still waiting since last November. Huh. So why are we looking at page 38? Yeah, it's something we did last November. Okay. But the thing, Unit 10 is very similar. Yeah, it's very related. Okay, page 38. You're on page 38 in the textbook. Page 38 at the top. Okay, what does it say? It says suggestion. It says, what should I do? You should try yoga. You shouldn't eat so much fast food. Should I drink more water? Yes, you should. Okay, what should I do? That's suggestion. Should I drink more water? Yes, you should. That is a suggestion. Okay, but next, obligation. Still up at the top. Page 38, up at the obligation. Look at the right side of the top. Obligation. What do I have to do? You have to. Heyahe. You have to read these books. You don't have to do anything. Do I have to pay for the class? Well, if you want to pay, yeah. If you want to pass the class, sure, you have to. Hakbi pilahe. Do I have to pay for the class? No, you don't. Oops, sorry, Kojima has. No, you don't have to pay for the class. You just take the class and yeah, you get a final grade. Ha! I don't know how the college makes money. Does it? I don't know. But yes, we did this last November. But look at should, shouldn't, should, have to, don't have to. Do I have to? You don't have to. Okay, that's what we are concentrating on today. No, we're not. Well, yes, we are. Well, it's related. Not exactly. Well, it's a little bit different. Okay, yeah. Page 38 we did last November. Tame! Okay. Yeah, last November. This is kind of the stuff. Hey, were you here last November? I don't know. Were you? Maybe you were. Maybe you weren't. Maybe you were here, but not totally here. Maybe you were listening, but you really did not listen to it. I don't know. There goes my stupid phone again. Don't you just sometimes want to just throw your phone? Okay, Tashi, here. Last November, page 38. What unit is that? I don't know. Unit 6. Yeah, that's from Unit 6. Have to and must is the same thing. Heyahe. It's a rule. Oh, it's a rule or a law. You must do. If you don't, the police will come and get you. Okay, but number 2, ought to. You ought to. Okay, well, what is that? That's kind of suggestion, kind of obligation. Well, yes and no. Depends on how you use it. Number 3, should. Should. Ought to and should. Okay, are. Look, ought to and should. If you do not, this is something 문장에 ought to, should 있어요. If you do not do, something bad will come. It's strong advice. If you don't do your homework, 주석부 좀 없어. Haha. Yeah. So ought to and should depends on the situation. Okay. Ought to is more formal. Somebody, you talk more to your boss. You ought to. Well, that's not totally true. Yeah, you talk to your friends. You tell them you ought to. Should, casual. But yes, should is more casual. Should is more friendly. Okay, but usually ought to and should. If you do not do, something bad will come. Okay? Tame! Oh, and here's the police. Yes. Have to and must. Heya heyo. Okay, it's a rule. If you don't, well, where's the two girls now? The two girls standing there. Well, standing in front of the judge. Well, you did not. You didn't do this. So, you must be in prison for 6 months beginning today. Prison moyo Kyoto-so. Ah, I love that place. You must be in prison for 6 months. This is a have to. This is a law. Okay, usually if you say have to, must, okay, many situations it's something you have to, you need to. It's a must. Okay, heya heyo. Okay, if you don't, well, but whereas ought to and should, it's more strong advice. Okay, tame. You really ought to. Yeah, you should. Okay, you go see a counselor. You go see a finance counselor. You go see a college counselor. You go see a career counselor. You go see a health counselor. Okay, counselor is somebody who gives you advice. Counselor is somebody who guides you to do something. Counselor is somebody that tells you, well, you should get this job because later on it's a good career. You could make lots and lots of buku money. Okay, it's a guidance counselor. Usually in high school, usually in the college, nigoke, there are guidance counselors. Okay, what classes you should take for what job you want to do for whatever occupation. And there are also health counselors. You should stop drinking so much Coca-Cola. Drink Pepsi. I'm telling you, Coca-Cola will kill you. 제 친구 죽었어요. 3년, 2년, 3년. He loved Coke. He loved cola. Got cancer. Oh well. 진짜. Coca-Cola, you can clean the battery on the car. But Pepsi, well, not as well. Look at what you're drinking, man. It's eating your stomach. Yeah. Okay. You ought to. You should. Number 2 is ought to. Number 3 is should. Okay, and it's the same thing. Okay, you ought to get a job and save some money. Why? Well, someday you might want to get married. Someday you might want to buy a car. Someday you might want to even buy a house. If you ain't got no money, you ain't buying. Okay? Okay. Tame. Let's move over here. Okay? Chef or cook. Number 1, have to or has to. Has, S, single, solo person. Okay? Has to. My mom has to go to work. My dad has to buy a new car. Have to. All the students. 많이 있어요? All the students have to finish the class. Okay? All the kids have to play PE ball. Pigu. You like pigu? Pigu. One of the few times you can try and kill your friend. Okay, yeah. Have to and must. Yes, it's a rule. It's a legal chef. I don't know. You have to come to class to receive chuseokbu. You must pay hakbi. You have to have a driver's license to drive in Korea. No, you don't. Yes, you do, legally. You get stopped by the police. And you must have car insurance, bohom, to drive your car. Yes, please. Do not never drive your car with no car insurance. 보험 없어. Don't drive with insurance. Don't drive without insurance. I had a friend who blah 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 blah. You buy somebody else's. If you have an accident with no car insurance, you buy somebody else's car, but you don't get to keep it. How old? 나는 봤어요. I seen my friend. 제 친구 했어요. How old? How old must you be? How old must you be to get a driver's license in Korea? 미국에 16. You can be 16 years old in America and you can have a driver's license. Korea? Why do you live in Korea? If you go to 미국에 Oklahoma 주는 the state of Oklahoma, you can have a driver's license when you are 15. 15. Because there's not many people there. That's why, mostly. But the next one. The city government says everyone has to wear a mask outside now. Except starting next month, I hear they're going to do away with the mask. No more masks. Wow, finally. After a year and a half. Wow. But okay, yes, we all went bungee jumping. It was thrilling. You have to try it. Okay, here, you have to try it. Okay, this is not heya. It's a suggestion, a really good suggestion. Yeah, it's 재밌어요. It's not a rule. Have to can be a rule. Have to can just be your friends telling, oh, you gotta try it. It's fun. Number two, ought to and should. Ought to and should. Okay, it's advice or it's suggestion. Okay. To be healthy, we should sleep 7 to 8 hours every night. Do you sleep 7 to 8 hours? I'll be lucky to get 5. To be healthy, you should get some exercise every day. Just go for a 30-minute walk, something, anything. An hour short hike is even better, uphill. Okay, next one. But you should not exercise just after eating. You have to wait about an hour or so. Next, you ought to get a part-time job for 학비 done, for tuition. 학비, tuition. You ought to get a part-time job. Yeah, you ought to work in a part-time job at a restaurant. You oughta. Ought to. You ought. Yeah. 천천히 말해요. You ought to get a part-time job in a restaurant. You ought to get a part-time job for 학비 done. Maybe you ought to find a more caring boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, whichever. But 빨리 말씀해요. You oughta get. You oughta get. Maybe you oughta find. Oughta. No, oughta. Okay, maybe you ought to find a more caring boyfriend, a more caring girlfriend, whichever. You ought to come with us next time. Yeah, next time we go bungee jumping, you ought to come with us. It's a very good suggestion. Bungee jumping. 했어요? 다음에 I notice. Okay, in all those sentences that we did way back in November. 누구 or a thing plus have to or has to. Have to 많이 사람 있어요. Has to 한 명. Okay, plus 동사 plus whatever you're saying. Okay, read it again. Ought to or should plus 동사 plus whatever you're saying. Okay, this is just review. Okay. 다음에 look at this again. Look at this again. How many people? Has to 한 사람. Have to 많이 사람. Or you have to. Okay. 다음에 what do you need to be a chef? What do you need to be a chef? Well, a chef usually has to have, must have a 2 or 4 year culinary degree. Hotel culinary. Okay. Has to have. A chef, next one. A chef must have experience. Must have experience in managing a restaurant kitchen. Okay, a chef. Which is better, a chef or a cook? A chef makes more money. Okay. A chef must have experience in managing. 3. A chef must be able to create new restaurant menu dishes. A chef must be creative. Aha, right? Sure. In the blue, to be a cook. What do you need to be a cook? A cook at least should be self-taught. A cook at least should be self-trained in cooking. I can't see that. Okay. A cook at least should be self-taught in cooking skills. Okay. Yeah. I think a successful cook should have much self-motivation. I think. Therefore, I am. Shakespeare? I forget. I don't think so. And last here, a cook ought to have a desire to please people with food. A desire to please. A desire to make happy people with food. Okay? A desire to please. This please, what does it mean? To please means to make happy. Okay? A cook ought to have a desire to make people happy with food. Okay? And this, okay, here. Looky here. This should be and this ought to is almost pillow necessity. Here on this screen, should be self-taught, should have self-motivation, ought to have a desire. This is almost pillow. This should be, this ought to is a necessity. It's not advice. It's not suggestion. Okay? But the next, tame. Aha, you have to get a job. Oh, you have to get, is that a rule? No, that's not a rule there. That's, you need a job. No job, no money. No money, no life. No life, no girlfriend, no boyfriend. You have to get a job. You ought to be a chef. Okay, this ought to. Is it a necessity? No, you don't need to. Pillow, hey. Oh, oops. No, you should be. You should be a cruise ship cook and see the world. Okay? Well, maybe. Okay. These are suggestions. These are advice. Okay? Look at the chef on the boat, on the cruise ship. I'm sure it's a cruise ship. Okay, and look at the other chef making all kinds of Subway sandwiches. I did that for a year and a half. Oh, Jamie saw. You meet so many people. It's fun. What kind of cook do you want to be? What kind of chef do you want to be? I'd like to work in Hongik Donkas. Oh, yeah. Okay. Tommy! Oops, I can't see. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? 천천히 말해. Are you sure about that? But nobody speaks 천천히. Are you sure about that? 진짜 말해. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? That. TH 없어. That. And about, nope, bout. Sure about. Are you sure about that? Okay, now we are on next chapter. No, the chapter unit 10. Okay. Page 66 something. Yuk ship yuk page. Yuk ship yuk page. Now must made yuk ship yuk page at the top. Look at the top, page 66. Okay, it's got must, maybe, might be, could be, can't be. Okay, what is it talking about here? Is it a suggestion? Is it advice? No. Is it a rule? Is it a law? If you don't do, will the police come and get you? No. Here, certainty, a degree of certainty. 가운데 한국말로 뭐? 얼마나 확실해. Degree of certainty. How possible? How true is this? Okay, that's what page 66 is about. Okay, how much is it yes, or how much is it no? How much is it possible, or how much is it true? Okay, something, whatever, anything. Okay, yeah, next month the Korean government says we don't have to wear masks anymore. Okay, starting next month. Okay, so is that true? Is that possible? Yeah, I heard it with my own 2 ears. Okay, degree of certainty, page 66. That's what this is talking about. 얼마나 확실해. How possible? How much is it possible? How much is it true? Okay. Tommy? Degree of certainty. Must. Okay, the must up there on page 66 at the top. Well, there must be a simple, okay, if you look on the page 65, you skip O page, the conversation. They're just copying the same sentences. Okay, on page 66 at the top in the yellow block. Those are the same sentences from the conversation on page 65. 65 page 문장 여기 yellow block 똑같아. Okay, so they're just talking about the conversation. So must, about 100% sure it's true. Okay, it must be like last night, was it? Oh, it must have been raining last night. It's all wet out here this morning. Okay, it must. It's, I can look at, I can see it's 100%. It's wet out there. It had to have been raining. Yeah, it must have been raining. Yes, 100% true. I know it for sure. I am 100% sure. The road's all wet. There's puddles laying out by my car. I seen it with my own 2 eyes. Okay, I seen it. This is a very, very, very common expression right here. When you are 1000% sure. 1000%. Yes. Not 100. 1000%. 1000% sure this expression is perfect. It's a very common expression. I seen it with my own 2 eyes. Two eye, right? It's a very common expression. Something that you are very, very, very sure about. Okay? Something that you know is very, very true. I seen it with my own 2 eyes. Okay, must. Must in degree of certainty is 100%. Tame? Okay, tame. May, might, could. But here I think they're talking about may be, might be, could be. Okay, here may be is 2 words. Ama? No. Different. Don't say ama here. Okay, may be. It's dano tuge. It's not 1 word. Okay. Okay. Look on page 66. Okay. The second. Your sister may be busy. Okay. That's maybe 30%, maybe to 60%, maybe to 70%, maybe to 80%. I don't know. It's up to you. It depends on the situation. Okay. 30% to 60% possible. Okay. Well, Yogi, Majma. Well, I am not sure if it's true, but it is possible. Very possible. 30 to 60%. Maybe 70%. Maybe 80%. I don't know. You have to judge the situation. Okay. Okay. Tame! Oh, you're in the way again. I can't see you. Mustn't. Couldn't. Can't. Mustn't is must not. Must not yakja. Mustn't. Could not. Yakja. Couldn't. Cannot. Yakja. Can't. Okay. Actually, you shouldn't say yakja. Mustn't is a contraction. Couldn't is a contraction. Can't is a contraction. Yakja? No, not the same, I think. But here, must not, could not, cannot. About 100% sure it's not true. Okay, must not, could not. Oh, it must not have snowed last night. There's no snow out there. Of course, 100% not possible. Okay. Oh, no. I am really sure that's not true. Not possible. Okay. 100% sure, not possible. 100% sure, not true. Must not, could not, cannot. Okay? Tame. Yep, this is a long video. Well, the next video is very short. Okay. But this page is Shihome. Maybe. Degree of okay, this is all one. Okay, now it's all together. Must be 100% yes. May be, might be, could be 30 to 60%. Very possible. Must not be, could not be, cannot be, 100% not possible. Possible. 가능입니다. 강남. 가능. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, here's all together. Take a picture of this one. Tame? Now. Okay. Must, maybe, might be, could be, can't be. I can't see you. Can't be. Degree of certainty. 얼마나 확실해. How much is it yes and no? How much is it possible? How much is it true? Degree of certainty. How much is something true? Degree of certainty. How much is something possible? Okay, in the textbook it's page 66. And it's also back on page 134. 백삼십사 page also. Okay. Yeah, go look at it. It's a little short. 100%. Okay, now real conversation language. Okay, here it's using the page 65. Ship O page. Reiwa. Conversation. Now, it's possible your sister is busy. It's highly possible. Highly, mean way up, way up. No, highly here means very possible. It's very possible. It's highly possible. Highly possible your sister's traveling. She's in Thailand. It's impossible to find internet in Thailand. Have you ever been there? Impossible. Tommy, move your big face. Thank you. Page 66, language practice. Language practice, where? Okay, from page 65, conversation. There must be a simple explanation. These are the same sentence, same exact sentences from page 65. Okay, your sister may be busy. Your sister might be traveling. Your sister could be somewhere without the internet. Your sister can't be in Bangkok. She's flying on an airplane. Okay, 마지막 문장. Page 65. 없어. She's flying on an airplane, yes, but she can't be in Bangkok. 문장 없어. Look at the situation when each is used. How possible is it? Okay, in the conversation, in each sentence. How possible is whatever. Okay, how possible is it that your sister is busy? How much possible is it that your sister is traveling? How much possible is it that there's no internet? Okay, blah, 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 blah. Same. Tommy? Okay, here, what does this different stuff mean? Well, there must be a simple explanation. A simple explanation, 무슨 easily explained. There must be a simple reason. There must be a simple reason she's not picking up the phone. Okay, she's not answering the phone. Picking up the phone, answering the phone. 똑같아요. Your sister may be busy. Your sister may be busy. Maybe she's busy. Maybe busy. Maybe busy. Okay. She's doing something. Not sitting. Your sister's not sitting waiting for a phone call. Okay. She's busy. Your sister might be traveling. Yeah. Busy. Traveling. Okay. Here, busy and traveling. Basically the same thing. She's doing something. Okay. Your sister could be somewhere without the internet. Somewhere where there is no internet. Internet 없어. Somewhere you don't know where. I don't know where she is. Is she in Bangkok? Is she in Thailand? I don't know. And 마지막 here. Your sister can't be in Bangkok. She's flying on an airplane. Oh, wait. Now that I think. She's gone. She's already flying home. Yeah. Okay. Can't be. Could be. Well, yeah. Tame. Okay. Your sister may be. Your sister might be. Your sister could be. Check this out. Look at this. Think about. Remember. Shihilma, remember. Your sister may be, your sister might be, your sister could be. Here, this sentence, each can be used, okay? Your sister might be, okay, the original is may be busy. But it couldn't be might be busy. It can be could be busy. Okay, the original, page 65, your sister might be traveling, but your sister may be traveling. 괜찮아요. Your sister could be traveling. 괜찮아요. 30 to 60%? Yeah, you can use any one of these. Your sister may be, your sister might be somewhere without the internet. Page 65, your sister could be no internet. Maybe no internet, might be no internet. Okay? The yogi bayo, maybe, might be, could be is 95% interchangeable. That means you can use could be, you can use might be, you can use maybe in the same sentence. 95%. Okay? So what about the 5%? Don't 걱정마세요. 걱정마세요. This is a basic. Don't worry about it. Shut up. Interchangeable for now. Okay? Okay. 다음에 are you sure about that? Listen to how you say that. Okay? 다시 in the green, up at the top, up at the top. Are you sure about that? 천천히. Are you sure about that? But 진짜 말해. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? You're very much questioning. It's a question. It's a big question. 거짓말! Are you sure about that? Almost 똑같아. Okay? Yes. Okay. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, I'm possible. Oh, hey, who's walking on the water? 예수님. Is it possible? No, that's impossible. 잠깐. Impossible. I'm possible. Good one. Anything is possible. Everything is possible. Oh, sorry. Mission Impossible. Oh, wait. Tom Cruise. He always wins in that stupid movie. Mission Impossible. So it's just call the movie Mission Possible. Okay. Every movie he does it. So change the name, man. Come on. Or get a different job. Okay, 다음에 마지막 숙제 주석부. Do you want 주석부 좀? Well, send me an email. 1, 2, 3, 4 answers. Okay, A, B, C, D. And look at this. I already gave you one. Are you kidding? There. Okay. The wind is getting stronger. Ow, there might be a hurricane. Number 2, the river is very high. Ow, we're gonna die. I'm gonna drown. Number 3, the room is shaking. Oops. Oh, what happened? Number 4, do you want to go skiing? Skiing. Oh, I've never gone skiing in Korea. I've gone skiing in America beaucoup many times. I've never done it in Korea. Oh, wait. Maybe I did it one time. Nighttime. Ooh, where was that? I don't remember. I don't know when that was. Okay. Send me an email. 숙제. Number 2, number 3, number 4. Number 1, you already got the answer. Sheesh. This is so easy. Bye.